Hi guys, welcome back. Eric's UK here for another video response to Tetsubo's post with regards to railroading versus Sandbox games. To start with, I will just say that as GM and player, I cannot stand Sandbox style games. As Tetsubo mentioned in his vid, I just find them very, very boring. I like to have the story to tell. This is GM and as player. I like to have the story to tell, and I like a progression where you can just go from one to another wherever you want to go. Basically, it kind of defeats the object for me. But on the other flip side, I think there is a big difference between railroading and what I would call the adventure path. Now, the adventure paths were, I don't know whether Paizo was the first company to actually claim it as this, but they did Shackled City, Age of Worms, and I forget the name of the third one, which was kind of like a nautical pirates based one. They called them adventure paths, and they literally were a campaign from first through to about 18th, 20th level. But they were what some people call railroading, in which case you go from one step to the next step to the next step to the next step. There's no branching off. The plot goes from A to B. But I don't call that railroading. Railroading to me is where the players don't get an option to do what they want to do. Now, don't get me wrong, I think when players turn up to a game, it's part of their gaming responsibility, part of the gaming charter, whatever you want to call it, that they tell the campaign that's being told. So I think it's entirely possible that you can play a progressive A to B to C campaign without making it railroady. I think players want to go. We want to investigate more about villain A. Then the GM can come up with a necessary little side plot, an investigative thing, where they can try and find out something to help them later on in the campaign. If they turn around and say that they really want to get their fighters better armoured up before they go on to the next stage of the quest, then do a little, just a small dungeon bash or something to get them some more money so they can get some better armour or gear. And gone are the days, I find, where players want to get to like 9th level and build castles. Now everyone wants to build a tavern. These are all things that I've had happen in games, and it doesn't detract from the overall campaign. You just make a little side thing. The players feel they've been able to contribute themselves what they want, but you still tell the overarching story. I find this far more interesting and fulfilling as player or GM than anything that a Sandbox game can give you. Generally, because I find that role playing is kind of about storytelling. You've got your quest, you've got your characters to do it. Go for it. This is a story to be told. This is the legend in its making, and you don't get that same feel out of the Sandbox game. That's my response anyway. I'd be interested to see where this goes. Leave a comment. Until next time, take care.